That's the wake-up call. I'm assuming y'all can hear me, so we're going to just go ahead and get started.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn, the warrior, coming to you all the way live from Los Angeles on this Wednesday, November 24th, 2021. Yes, happy Thanksgiving Eve, y'all. Much love to you and your families during this holiday season and beyond. How's everybody doing? Big news today, a groundbreaking verdict after a historical case and trial. We're going to get into some of that news footage and have a conversation, you know. Let's see who's up in here real quick. What's going on, people? Okay, I'm starting at the top. RSK Guilty stopped by earlier, it looks like. I've never seen that name, so welcome. Unless it's somebody who changed their name, because people do that too. Beautiful Spirit. I see you, Chrissy Power, JC, Marcus X, yes. Miss Della, oh, you made it. All right. All right, we on a light crew tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. So I have this thumbnail up because, you know, the guilty verdicts came in today for the Ahmaud Arbery murders trial. All three defendants handed down guilty verdicts. I'm going to play those verdicts because it's important. It's important to just soak that in, see their faces as the verdicts come in. I mean, they tried to be very stoic about it, but you know they're shaking in their boots, child. Yeah, let's just play some news footage. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Any king or queen that wants to join me, aside from my usual queens, please do. You got to have shown up in my chat or my comments or somewhere, though. Can't just hop in here. I ain't never seen you. You ain't got no picture. Just saying, don't waste your time. Lasting impressions, welcome back. You in the bushes? All good. All right, so you guys probably saw the verdicts by now. If you haven't, we're going to check it out. It's just a few minutes. The reason I had chosen, I created this thumbnail because Ahmaud Arbery's mother, who he has great likeness to, in my opinion, was such just a pillar, just strong, consistent, not taking no for an answer. So we're going to hear a little bit about her journey too. What's up, Baby Yoda? Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Hello.
What's up with this little light number we got going on? What's going on out in the world?
People cooking.
That's true. People do have things to do on the Thanksgiving Eve. I realize that.
But
Go ahead.
No, I said, but this was a good day.
Oh yeah. Ring your bell. Thank you. Yes, to all who played a part spiritually and here in the physical plane, child. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get into some of the news footage. I'm gonna play the verdicts first. Let me pull it up. Everything good with you? You cooking? What's happening?
Please.
Oh, not even a dish? They got me on the hook for my mac and cheese.
Every year I bring the ham. And every time it's a group text, I have to be told, don't put no glaze on there. I mean, we've been going through this, so many years now. I will be putting a special glaze on there. Coca-Cola.
That's why they keep telling you, but
I don't care. Coca-Cola, honey, and brown sugar.
Coca-Cola?
My brother told me that. So I'm going to try. I'm going to do a little sampling first.
Oh, it's a new thing. Okay. Well, let me know how that goes. I don't know about that. That sounds a little something.
All right.
You see this video up here?
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen that like 20 times a day. Their facial expressions are priceless.
We got to watch it together. I've seen it once or twice, but we're going to play it for the people. Listen, if you're in the replay and you've seen it a million times, you want to drag that bar right on through. Don't come complaining in my comments.
No, I love it. Go for it.
You could actually fast forward things up in YouTube, especially if you have a subscription. Okay, here we go.
In the Superior Court of Clinton County, State of Georgia. State of Georgia versus Travis McMichael. Case number CR 000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. I'm going to ask that whoever just made an outburst be removed from the court, please.
Now, you know that was his pops. I kind of feel like the judge could have just gave a warning. I understand, he wants, quote unquote, decorum in his courtroom. But this is a big deal. And to know what they went through to get to this verdict, even to get this trial to come to happen, the man should be able to say a little whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Yeah, shout out to the jury. Because, we were concerned with that one black person on the jury, all white jury in this racially motivated situation. I wonder, did he piss on himself? Hang that
This
head.
court has indicated
You
asked that
disgusting.
there be no outbursts in the court. Not expect as much from the gallery. Please respect
Beautiful
the court's,
spirit.
desire for this as
Hey,
we move
how
forward.
everybody?
If you feel like you need to make a comment or otherwise demonstrate with
Everybody's good.
respect
I'm
to
gonna
the
mute this
Yeah,
real quick. Yeah, everybody's good. We just, celebrating this moment. It's not even justice. You can't say it's justice. I mean, I say justice, but really, it's just. I heard I heard a newscaster say it was accountability versus justice, because losing his life like that in no way was any type of thing you could get justice.
exactly. That's so true.
Okay, let's see.
guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. Dated this 24th day of November, 2021.
He had to exhale. He was holding his breath. What's that behind him? A Fed?
That's it.
Yeah. uh,
In the Superior Court of Glenn County, the state of Georgia versus Greg McMichael. Case number CR0, 20000433.
She got to hold him up.
Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty.
You ain't never going
Count
home.
7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. This 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the fourth. As to William Arbery.
Let's keep it going. He's like, I ain't wasting no time
In
with
the
this.
Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia. State of Georgia versus William
Oh, he
Arbery.
finna cry.
Case number CR20000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan not guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan not guilty.
Hey, Aisha
Count
Stockton.
7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Signed this 24th day of November by the foreperson.
Boom, bop, boom. So, how did y'all feel about this when it came
Go
down?
ahead and address.
I was actually pleased that they found him guilty, because I was like worried about Atlanta was gonna go up in flames, I think, if they didn't.
Okay.
Now, are they facing the death penalty or just life? I know the Fed's supposed to come in now and bring more charges.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
are.
when I think they may talk about that when the feds come in. But right now, none of that was on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing life
What
for
happened to
those felony murder
one of
charges.
one of the defendant? I don't know if it was the dad or the man in the truck. One of them had a child sexual assault case going on that he was out on bond, I believe, if I remember correctly, at the time of the murder. And I wanted to know what happened with that.
Well, that would have been nice to look up.
I didn't think to look it up, to be honest. I didn't think to
I didn't
see the
know
update.
about. I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
So,
when they first got arrested,
wow, Wayne.
that's what. Hey, Wayne.
I didn't hear nothing about that, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the son. I don't know why I get the son on that.
I know it was one of them, and
Well,
that came out a little bit after they was arrested. But I didn't
he ain't nothing
remember.
but a piece of shit. We know that. So
Yeah,
Did you hear the defense try to throw a last ditch effort to talk about was he really a victim? But this is horrible. He had on baggy pants, no socks, with long toenails. Can you believe that?
oh yes, they made DNC had mentioned what the and the racist remark that the defense attorney said in her closing arguments, and said that at the end, this clearly shows that all African American people are unclean animals.
you mean are not?
She said they're unclean animals, or they're not clean animals. That's what she said. She said all African American people. That was clearly shows that how our culture is
I
as
don't
human
care.
beings.
I don't. It doesn't make, like I said. Yes, she did a
It
last
doesn't
ditch
matter.
effort to
That's her
try to,
favorite
I don't
thing to
know,
say.
maybe sway somebody in the jury to say, oh, a thug, someone looks like a thug is a thug. However, what the hell does that have to do with the case have to do with his long black toenails? What the
And
hell,
then she did.
dirty toenails? What the hell does that got to do with it?
Then she gonna say he wasn't capable of taking care of himself. He was mentally challenged, physically, just all this other extra just BS and disrespectful. If when you ask me, it's just out of line.
That's why I couldn't listen to the closing arguments because I knew it was gonna be some f shit. You know what I mean? I knew it. I was like, this whole trial has been really mind-boggling. A lot of the things that just took place, the tone of it is was heavy to obviously
Yeah,
to begin with. But 9 counts, guilty on most. The malice murder, the first count, I think only the shooter got that one. But those felony murders counts, 3, 4, and 5, I think, were that's that life sentence. That's what
mm,
they're facing. So
okay.
yeah, we're waiting on sentencing. But yeah, it was just a trip to see just this whole thing play out. Like we never seen nothing like this before. Never.
Yep.
Let me see. Let's talk.
Out blatantly in our face.
Very much so. Okay, let's see.
And yes, and I was concerned as well. Listening to the judge say, this could be, early on, this could be taken, a different way. You had 11 white jurors and one black. Um, you got one of the attorneys, like you said, um, didn't know Al Sharpton from Jesse Jackson, didn't want any pastor sitting in there. So, I didn't know how it was gonna go, even though we know he was guilty, but they were guilty. Sorry.
Right.
I know that the one that I believe is the one that actually took the film actually tried to ask for a quick plea bargain, and they told him no.
Oh yeah,
So
I
I
remember
guess he
that. Which
probably
one?
feel he
Which
didn't
one
get.
wanted the? Which one wanted the plea? Was it the son,
I thought it was the one that
the shooter, the one that testified?
no, the one I thought it was the one that was taking the pictures. The one that
Oh, the
filmed it.
neighbor.
Yes. And but like I said, the neighbor still, regardless if you taking pictures or not, you still blocked him in. You ain't no damn neighborhood one. I mean, neighborhood wannabe. You were clearly in the wrong.
This
But
is
again, look how long it took. 74 days. The only reason that they came out is because I guess somebody took it to CNN and they started airing
well,
things.
the mother was very instrumental in getting this thing going. Like, that's actually the next video I'm gonna play. I think this is the right one. Hopefully, let's see.
So it's the neighbor that sent the pictures to his daughter, and she put them on Snapchat. I couldn't think of which one took the pictures and sent it to the. I don't know why she wasn't brought in.
She
It was
did
the
get brought in.
last
They
one that
talked
got
to.
sentenced with his lip
They
poked
talked
out.
about her. What?
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was the last one that got found out his verdicts with his lips poked out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's listen to this.
Let us say, first and foremost, we're going to start by thanking God for shining on us. Let us thank these lawyers. Let us thank the prosecutors. Let us thank the activists that y'all called the mob, that marched and stood up. Let us thank all of the people that believed. And let us, more than anything, thank the mother and father. They lost a son, but their son will go down in history as one that proved that if you hold on, that justice can come. This mother would tell me, Reverend, we're going to win this, when I had doubts. She kept praying. His father said, we got to get some justice for my son. And let the word go forth all over the world that a jury of 11 whites and 1 black, in the deep South, stood up in the courtroom and said that black lives do matter. Let it be clear that almost 10 years after Trayvon, God used Wanda and Marcus's son to prove that if we kept marching and kept fighting, we would make you hear us. We got a lot more battles to fight, but this was an important battle today. This was proving that our children know their value. And that's why those people that marched, I'm talking about the people here, that was here when nobody else was here. They stood up. Brunswick, Georgia will go down in history as the place that criminal justice took a different turn. Let us pray.
Okay, Brunswick.
Let us hear from.
Wait, hold on. That wasn't actually what I was trying to play. But I do want to say that gave me chills. I'm not even honestly a fan of the Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, leadership regime, but those words needed to be said. And I just feel like, who else is going to say that but him? These people are figureheads for these things. You got Crump. And I think it was Crump who spoke the message I was trying to hear. I was actually not looking at the screen when I was listening to it earlier. But let me see if this is it here.
The attorney for Wanda.
Yeah.
Who is running for the Texas Attorney General. He asked me not to say it, but I'm going to say it because we need attorney generals like this.
Oh, that's who I heard speaking.
Followed by the Attorney General of Black America, who flew in and even as he handled other cases.
Give up the mic, man.
Kept going to the wall and stood up. Amen. We walked out of court buildings with tears in our eyes. We cried inside, but they were tears of joy. Because people like Thurgood Marshall and others broke down barriers to produce a Ben Crump and a Lee Merritt.
Amen.
Oh, the famous.
You all don't want
Merritt.
to hear from me right now. You want to hear from the family of Ahmaud Arbery, as we all do. We want to wrap our arms around them. The only reason that I'm speaking is to provide an introduction for a praying mother. You all have known her now for the last 18 months.
Listen, this is important. Listen to this about the mother. I'm talking to you, Baby Yoda. Let's listen to this now.
18 months ago, when she learned about the murder of her son, they told her that she would just have to deal with it alone. They told her that there would be no arrest, that there would be no accountability, that there would be no justice. And she made her son a promise before she laid him in the ground that his mom, would fight for justice for him. In order to do that, Glenn County had to change. She couldn't find justice in the Glenn County that she found in the year 2000. On February 23rd, there was a prosecutor standing in her way, Jackie Johnson. Wanda Cooper prayed her out of the way, out of office, and she's facing criminal charges herself.
Okay.
When she came to Glenn, when she was looking for justice in Glenn County, she was faced with a corrupt legal system, one that never fully investigated her son's murder, as we learned during the course of this trial. Wanda performed her own investigation. Wanda hired her own attorneys, and she woke up.
Yes, Wanda.
Can you all join me in just giving a round of applause for this fighting?
Go ahead, Wanda.
I'm gonna let Wanda come forward. Come on.
Listen, before she speaks, I just have to say, that is a mother who loves her child and knows that you can't sleep and rest when you know something like that has gone down. And they tell her there's nothing we could do. I think they tried to set it up to say he was trying to rob someplace and it went wrong.
Exactly. And that's
so
why
you
that
tell this
prosecutor was indicted.
exactly that other that other prosecutor. I remember when it came out that the obstruction that took place, or attempted obstruction, because the officer on the scene calls her and to find out how we handle this, and that's where she went wrong. So for them to tell that woman, you're going to deal with this on your own, like oh, well, like that life doesn't matter. And that's the whole Black Lives Matter. That's what it meant. I don't know what it means today, but that's what it's supposed to mean, is that Black Lives Matter. He should be able to run through any neighborhood, not be bothered. But he loses his life. I even heard on the news, it was a white newscaster. I mean, it was on radio, but he was describing the struggle. He said that's what really probably got the jury, was seeing the video over and over again where the struggle took place. And he goes, yeah, they were struggling and fighting and the gun went off. And I'm like, no, he shot that man. To say the gun went off, it's giving him, it softens it for dude, so not just went off. That was intentional. So I feel for this mother. It's not over for her. It's never over for her. Imagine this experience. Even going back, Sabrina, they mentioned Trayvon Martin, 10 years coming up. I think in February.
Mm-hmm.
His mother, his parents, also strong pillars during that situation. And look what happened, though, how that ended up. These guys looked at Zimmerman and thought, we could do it too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear moms. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the day after. I seen on Twitter where yesterday was Emmett Till's mom's 100th birthday. If she would have still been living, she would have been 100 years old yesterday.
Oh wow! You said she would have, or she did?
Yeah,
turn
she would have been 100.
Oh.
And they said about how she had the strength to fight for justice for her son. They were saying on Twitter, like how this mother did for her son.
And just think of the history book or the almanac that could be put together for just
Yeah.
Black men, I would say, being brutally killed, whether by police, white person, whatever it is, but racially motivated killings. Someone mentioned that these men were like overseers, chasing down
Yeah.
a slave.
And they hunted him down, and I didn't see it because I don't think I could have been able to handle the body cam footage. They said that was first time seen in the courtroom where the officer was talking, I think, to the man that was driving or one of the defendants, and he made the racist remark and said, "Oh, it couldn't have been like he wanted to be the one to do it." He said, "I would have did the same thing too. I would have shot him. I would have killed him. Lucky I wasn't here."
Mm.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that officer, but
Wow. Probably nothing. I mean,
yeah,
hopefully
probably.
not, but
But they need to keep their eyes on him because we don't know if he done killed innocent people in the line of fire, trying to put in a report about he was, defending himself.
sure. How is it self-defense when you chasing somebody down with a damn shotgun?
And a truck. You got the guy trying to
And the
block him
trucks.
off like you running in behind him, and then
And I
y'all
can
mock his
bet
body.
you. Listen,
Yeah.
that judge didn't want that father to woo or let out his breath. But I imagine them chasing him down, going woo. They probably hooping and hollering that whole time.
Yeah.
They
And then you got
whooping and whoop in the courtroom.
and then you got they obviously in the privacy of their homes, they was excited waiting for the chance for that day to ever happen. Like they probably always dreamed of having a day like that to kill a Black person. And for the neighbor to send the pictures and video footage to his daughters, he's sending it out like it was a viral TikTok video or something. And for the daughter to put it on Snapchat, and laughing out, I forgot everything, but that's ridiculous. They didn't have no remorse, and I don't think they feel bad about what they did. They did it intentionally, and I'm glad they've been found guilty. And I hope the feds even tack on the death penalty when they come in.
So the feds are coming in with new charges. What are the charges? Do we know what the feds charges are?
I
Just
did
rights
hear
charges,
the charges. I
Uh-huh.
believe so. I did hear a few of them, and I forgot. It was on BNC
Well, that's
when
something
the
I guess I
aunt, when
could
the aunt.
have looked that
Yeah.
up. I
Yeah.
could have looked that up. I actually heard that at the end of one of the news things I was listening to, just that, now the feds is going to come in, and it just like left my mind because I was running around out in these streets. I was like, why is there so many people out here at this time of day? And I forgot it was the day before a holiday, which most people either they're off work or they're not work or they're off early. I'm used to these afternoon streets being quiet when I am out there, which is rare. Let's hear Mama a little bit. I think she's gonna thank a bunch of people, but
I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you.
the strength in her, I can feel it. I mean, I know it's a cliche now to say, "Oh, she's a strong Black woman," but that's a strong Black woman right here.
Who fought this fight with us. It's been a long fight. It's been a
Can Sharpton get off of her a little bit? I see, and it's funny. I'm looking at who's wearing masks too and who's not, but I guess that's not a thing no more. Okay.
hard fight, but God is good.
Yes, He is.
Early in, I never saw this day back in 2020. I never thought this day would come, but God is good.
Yes, he is.
And I just want to tell everybody, thank you for those who marched, those who prayed, most of them the ones who prayed.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you, God.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you. And now Quez, which you know him as Ahmaud, I know him as Quez.
Yes.
He will now rest in peace.
Quez.
Yes, I emailed you the BNC where the aunt had spoke to the reporter for BNC, and he expressed about how the whole family every morning they greeted the news reporters, never once cursed him out, about being asking questions. And he said they would buy lunch for us sometimes or ask us would we okay. He said the love and the strength within their family was very beautiful, very, very pleasant and very unique. And to witness that, he said.
That's nice. Well, yeah, you gotta, the media can be your friend or your enemy. And I think in this
Yeah,
case, they were friends. And
yeah.
so to embrace them was only the smart thing to do. You don't want to turn them away because you need them on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if this attorney has anything else to say. Oh, Ben Crump. Ben Crump got to get his words in.
You all
Right, he always got to jump up there.
the gut wrenching grunt
Oh, my goodness.
that came out of Marcus Arbery when they pronounced Travis McMichael guilty. He could not contain it any further because think about how long he and Wanda have been enduring all the innuendo.
I mean, not to get in their business, but I'm assuming they're not together. I'm just asking for a friend, just wondering, just being nosy.
All the allegations, all the character assassinations,
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
dirty toenails. Just imagine all that went through. That when he heard that, Reverend Al, he could not contain himself because Marcus, as a father, they see their job as to protect their children.
That's right.
And
That's right.
you can experience the pain of a mother and a father who witnessed what they witnessed, not being there to protect their child.
Mm.
Every parent in America can take solace in knowing that we have an example of how to deal with tragedy and grief when they look at the example of Marcus Arbery and Wanda Cooper, and we should applaud them. They should be applauded.
Wow. I'm gonna leave this here because Ben Crump, he can go and go, but they do deserve the applause. That's heartbreaking. To see this on the news, your child being hunted down and killed in the street. And then the evil that has to be inside of a carcass, a body, to tear down a man who was murdered, for the sake of these KKK heads, who does, how can you sleep at night?
Mm-hmm.
How? There's no conscience there at all. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, look, this thing is going to go down in history.
Mm-hmm.
We're setting precedents yet again with this case, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But this stuff happens. This kind of stuff happens still. Lynchings still happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. I don't want to say I don't see an end to. I just hope that we just need new laws and new ways of doing things.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's a lot of laws that needs to be changed everywhere in the United States, not just certain states and cities.
Hey, Joseph.
Especially for the Black culture, but I goes back to with the laws being changed. I had looked at went back in the replay of our last live with the Zach Creek, and I was thinking I found out she had an order of protection against him prior to this incident.
Wait a minute. Wait, before you get into that, because I think some people might not know, because you said that Zach Creek. You gotta let us know what we're talking about.
The ex-former football player. That one that did domestic violence that was caught on videotape assaulting the mother of his child.
So that's the one we watched last week where she went into the TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying the laws have to change because how he was able to bond out, and it was already a protection order against him before this second one. And it was the police officers that told her to put the cameras up because they had said they went out to that home many, like over 20, 30
Oh
times.
wow! So
And
they
him
actually advised
jumping
her to
on
do
her.
that. So
Yeah,
so yeah, because I saw she went to back to court because she was trying to get his bond increase. She was saying
yeah.
she's terrified, which the judge refused, but did told him to not just stay out of Florida, to stay and go to Alabama, stay out of Florida, and that's that.
Because
Like,
he wasn't supposed to be there when she had the order of protection,
you know
before this
what? That's a
incident.
booby trap to me.
Yeah.
I feel like they just
And
are going to let him hang himself, which unfortunately that could also cost her life. And that
and
baby sitting there watching that whole thing was heartbreaking. I didn't notice that the first time. I wasn't paying attention. When I looked over to the couch, the side, I was like,
yeah,
that's the
the
baby.
baby was there. And what caught my eye with that went back, I wonder what was his intention when he walked towards the baby. He grabbed that blanket and then he dropped it and turned around and continued to go assault her. I wonder what was he about to do? Was he about to smother the baby with the blanket? Was
Oh,
his plan?
I don't know. Because he
Yeah.
went the opposite direction of the baby. He didn't go towards the baby. He went away from the baby. But
No,
I'm
he
just,
did. The baby was
yeah, he
by the
snatched,
couch.
went near the baby, snatched the blanket, and went back over to the lady. So to say
Yeah.
that was he gonna smother the baby is a bit. I mean, I don't know about
I don't
that.
think he was
I
going
mean,
to
I just
smother the
don't know what his
baby.
intention was, or did he
Apparently,
He was
peep
he
the
didn't
fucking
camera?
kill
her
the
up.
baby
He
at
was
all.
fucking her up. You saw that,
Yeah.
right? His
I
intention
mean,
was.
like he tried to kill her.
I
I
think if
just
he wanted
wondered.
to kill her, he would have killed her. Honestly, he could have definitely done it in an instant. Exactly, Queen Keish. You get me. She said it. It's like they want him to finish the job. How you gonna get this man $10,000 bail? You seen him already violate his
Mhm.
restraining order in the first place. Just giving him just stay out of Florida. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, because for
Like,
the judge to say he didn't have no prior criminal history, like he's never had no no violations. He doesn't have no kind of charges on his record. He don't have no prior record. And they were saying that that's not true because he had a protection order against him for the domestic violence. So for the judge to say he never had no prior record was a lie.
Can you imagine how he feel right now? First of all, went on a run. She put the video up so everybody can see it's been reviewed almost millions of times. It is what it is. He's a coward. He had no he
Hmm.
beat her like he was fighting a man or something. That thin lady. And again, he didn't give a shit about his son. He saw that baby cry. He walked
And
right out the door.
and
Whatever was going on, that
and
was
that's
more important.
and that's what he was talking about when he told her you want to ruin the relationship because I don't know if it was a court date that was going to come up, from the first order of protection, and of course she's gonna have to say what she probably thought he wanted to hear. When she said no, things different now, but the laws just have to change. He had no business being released. He had no business being released.
a lot of that happens. A lot of that releasing these
Yes,
criminals, and then they go out and they do even worse things.
yeah,
Exactly.
because
Murders.
I could testify to that. A childhood friend that my mom grew up with, her son was always a violent boy, violent guy growing up, all his whole life, very violent. He married his high school sweetheart and was always jumping on her all the time. Until one day she had enough and she called the police and had a protection order against him. She moved everything. He got out, found her, violated the protection order. Then she was trying to, protect herself and everything. And he turned around and because she couldn't afford to move out of state, so she just kept moving around Las Vegas out here. It was all in the news and everything. He killed her. He told her, "I'm not going back. I'm not getting locked back up," because he blamed her. He beat up the mama real bad. She almost died because she was in the home because he
Mm.
was there to visit the grandkids, and he killed her. And he tried to kill himself, but it didn't work because the police got there. But yeah, that's what happened, and she did all the proper steps legally, and the courts just like it just seemed like, and they kept letting them out, and they kept letting them go.
I always wonder what were the red flags initially for these nut cases, because this is a
Yeah.
problem, like especially if you have kids with them or even have kids prior to them, because a lot of times you already have kids, they come into the household and wreak havoc
Hmm.
on everybody. It's just
Yeah,
mm.
it's something.
Michelle Hurd, my subby, she put a comment in talking about I think it was under Shot of Love. She said something like, "My heart is so full, but something about I don't need no man," or like self-love, but I can't see I'm giving up on men or something to that effect. Yeah, I'm putting you out there, Miss Hurd. I just want to say, don't give up on love. Even though it's so many things out there want to make you go, never again in life. Because you
Yeah.
wonder, how did they even trust this person in the first place? They obviously charmed them,
Mm-hmm.
did what they do.
He a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And on
Wow.
another note, Brian Laundrie finally, it was a gun. He killed himself. He had a bullet. A bullet.
Yeah.
She had shot himself in the head. Coward.
Yeah. I heard that. So Brian
Mm.
Laundrie, in case anyone is like, who, if you guys remember the little blonde girl that was murdered, she was traveling with her boyfriend, and there was that an RV or camper or whatever, and
Yeah.
highly publicized situation, especially when they got pulled over by the police. And the news, the police cam showed they messed that whole thing up. They lost that girl her life. And honestly, the
Yeah.
police cam showed that girl crying hysterically and them questioning her like she and they already had a phone call to say they saw that man slap that girl, but then they treated
And
the girl like she was the vicious violent one,
yeah. And
telling her to chill. Like, oh wow.
they came out with their investigation that the time of death was either that night or the next day after the police had came out to the incident that she was killed. Because she was already deceased 2 weeks before they found her, like after that incident.
Mhm.
So that he probably took it out on her, like, now the police then came. Ain't no telling.
Queen said the NFL players most have brain injuries causing aggressive behavior. I mean, that aggression is definitely encouraged on the field and for the sport. So, I'm sure it's hard, I don't know. I don't want to say it's hard to draw a line, but like, damn.
Let somebody throw his ass against a TV and see how he feel. He a coward.
Yeah.
And
the
knows
problem
he a
is
coward. He knows
not too many of them
everybody
experience that.
saying it.
Yeah, that not too many of them experience that aggressive aggression against, well, on the field they do, but meaning in real life, he's not typically coming across nobody throwing him around like that, so he
Right.
is walking around with this entitlement because he knows he's a strong ass motherfucker. He's gonna dare somebody to try it,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, he is a coward. I mean, who, like, you see how this it's a woman, first of all, mother of your child, baby,
Yeah.
right there. Like, that's insanity to me. Yeah, definitely has something going on mentally, because he just dismissed everything around him, like he didn't see none of that. Like, he just went
Yeah.
black on them. I don't know.
And we
Yeah.
probably know it ain't. She said it. It ain't the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did say that. I knew it wasn't. We said that last time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that definitely wasn't the first time. And for her to, I don't know, I guess I'm just a different person, because I would have been put a camera up and, like, first of all, I can't even see myself. I mean, I understand, the dynamic. People, it's hard to leave. I just can't see it for me. But I would say that the police having to tell her to put those cameras in, because you can get a camera for reasonably cheap. Go to Amazon, hide that mug in a teddy bear or whatever they have. They got all kinds of little things you could do these days. And I just wonder why she didn't think of that herself. If she gonna stay there and if you're gonna be abuse after abuse and keep going to the police and they're not doing nothing, like, it seems to me that would have been like, okay, yeah, I need to get some proof. I don't know. I hate to make her, I think everybody does have to have an accountability in their life. And I just feel like, damn, you gotta think. Some people, I guess, they just go through life like just the wind blowing them around. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I can't, it's hard for me to say. I've grown to this point. It's not like I've always been this strong-minded. I have not, but I do feel right now I do hold myself to a high standard. I really do. And that means I hold people around me to a high standard. And by doing that is not going to allow somebody to treat me like shit. Like it just can't happen. Like, excuse me. So I don't know. Hopefully she learns, like she gets the help she needs to, because that baby watched that whole thing and it wasn't the first time. And that baby has trauma. That baby has embedded memories. That baby needs to, I don't know, be, I guess, loved and just really watched carefully.
Yeah.
So what else? I did want to say RIP to Malika Shabazz, daughter of Malcolm X. They found her passed away in her place. They said it was no foul play, but she was only 56. But
found by her daughter, but they said she did.
Yeah, her daughter was 23. Found her dead.
They said she did have illnesses, but they didn't go into detail and say what it was.
Oh, they want me to log in for this story. Okay. Do I have an account with them? I let all my subscriptions go after that trial. Okay. Well, I don't think I need to find. Y'all can find her if you want to see her. So what's up with the YouTube streets, child? It is too much smoke. I mean, I thought things would settle down after the trial. You know what? And actually, speaking of the YouTube drama, I'm thinking, I bet you if I would have had a title, because my title and my thumbnail are probably not, like, I don't know if I would even want to watch it after seeing it stuff all day long. But I bet you if I had some ratchet shit in my title about some other YouTuber, these crumbs would be up in the bushes right now. But it's all good. What's up, Andrew?
Well, for what I heard, the boy Choke, he didn't say no names, but he was extremely upset. Apparently someone got mad with him or said something about stealing subs or something like that, because he refused to not give her credit. Oh, that's what he kept saying. You want me to give you? It was horrible. Bitches and everything else was being called bum bitches.
But I thought he was against men treating women or calling women out their names.
Well,
so
he was upset.
He's a walking contradiction. So see, this is what I'm saying about holding people to a higher standard, because you can't tell me he was upset after you done told somebody else on your panel, don't you treat these women, don't talk to these women like this, and then you turn around and you do the exact thing. Like, that's hypocrisy. But anyway, go ahead. So I think I know what you're saying. So Choke, no joke, basically told Hollywood Next ass, F you, because I'm not, he said she was messaging him saying, are you subbing me? Like, are you, what subbing means, right? Subliminal. Are you sending subliminal messages? Are you talking to me? Because if you're talking to me, you need to say my name. Say my name, say my name. This is what these people want. They want their names to be out here in these YouTube streets. So anyway, that's what he basically said, right? He's like, I'm not going to say your name. You mad because I said Sylvia, Sylvia, Sylvia. He made Sylvia's night, child. He was like, Sylvia, 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 Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And he was rubbing it in because he knows that she can't stand Sylvia. And apparently people had been DMing him about YouTubers. That's really what happened. And he's like, don't send me no more DMs. I don't want to see no more videos. I guess he feels like I'm caught up. I know who's who, what. I can see the snakes now. Thank you. And I want to move forward. So I know Sharon Wimbush was called up in there. He said she looked like, he's like, where'd she get her clothes? Because she dressed like she from the 80s. No, good and well, them pictures is old as dust. And I guess that's his way of calling her out. But
I didn't see him today, so that's great. I hope he's ready for the heat that they gonna bring. But when y'all finish, I don't know anything else about what's going on between them two, all of them people. But basically, I think they kind of had a falling out.
That Choke came in and just blew. Like, I think it took somebody like him, even though I feel like I won't say he's a fraud, but I will say that for whatever reason, they put him on this pedestal as this like holy grail YouTuber. I don't see him that way. I actually see. I think he was drunk that night or high or something, because he was
Yeah,
singing
definitely.
but I would say that it took somebody like him who can tell these people fuck you, and who can basically not need these people for his channel. You know, he had all kind of different people I ain't never seen before over there in his chat. So the last time I was over there, at least. So he needed that type of person needed to come forth to put these people in their place, because I feel like they think they are the shit. Like because you know the sector only has so many YouTubers, but they all fighting for the number 1 spot. So
It's
here
ridiculous.
he comes in and he just stomps all over all of them, and they just bow down to this man. I don't know why. I don't know.
Me either. And they really haven't came for him yet. They have not had not like how they done each other and others. They have not clapped back at
I'm
him.
probably scared of that man. I don't know
Sharon
why.
Wimbush has.
Oh,
She did.
does she count? I don't know. I just feel
No,
like
she don't count. She don't count.
I don't know. I just feel like, how do you have an impact? Because you know, you're right. I don't show my face either, but I have shown my face. I mean, I have pictures and some of my thumbnails on my social media. It's not, I mean, current pictures, not like, and I have like, it's not like I'm hiding. I kind of am, but I'm not, like, not for the reason some might think. Like Sylvia feels like Sharon is insecure because I guess everybody's now figured out that she's probably really fat. Nothing against fat people, but the way she sounds. And then I think Baby Yoda, you said her hands looked a little punchy. So Sylvia's
just let me know.
Yes, it's a video where she count money.
Oh, the video that had them upset. They was pissed.
Look at the hands.
I gotta check it out.
I never saw it. Yeah.
They were like, she was in her new Maserati counting all that money. It was like,
but you got to understand too, these people are showing you it's a perception.
Yeah.
Like, and I just feel like the toxicity is so much, like this stuff will never end. Like I heard some stuff come up on, okay, whose live was I listening to? Oh, I don't speak this person's name, but this person's live, it was like a marathon live, okay? And the arguing and the bickering and the like, it's constant kerfuffle on this mug. Like you just know when you go there, like I think I mentioned before, it's like going into a bar and unsuspectingly ended up in a bar fight. Like you minding your business, next thing you know, a chair goes upside your head and a bottle is flying across your face. You know, it's like, what the fuck did I just walk into?
And it didn't take long, did it? First, I thought everything was all peachy. How long has this been going on?
When was it peachy? I don't know if it ever was peachy.
Well,
I mean,
what
it might
I'm
have
saying
been.
is, I remember the night D'Angelo came on, and then the Bruce and a couple of other people. I guess he was doing panels every day, but I thought that everything was fine. And then I was like, oh my God, what the hell happened? And I'm like, Lord, it didn't take long, did it? I mean, you had a damn civil war. He was just And then again, you know, you got, you know, like I said, Miss Wimbush is firing back hard.
Well, I think because, so in my opinion, there were a lot of good points made. Choke, no joke. So he had Levi on there. Then he had Bruce, right? Who actually put Levi out on blast finally. Levi, even Choke said, I can't even, I said initially that I believed him, or that, you know, he was factually related, but I can't say that now. So he had to actually take that back. But you know, then Don Russell, and according to, I was listening to Dana J, he's over there saying Don Russell was putting out messages to the feds and throwing names out there for the feds to catch. Because it was a question of me, why is Don Russell going around on YouTube again when he has a trial coming up?
Maybe he's trying to shed some years off his sentence.
Oh.
But again, what does Levi cousin What does Levi, whether his cousin or not, got to do with R. Kelly's appeal?
What does what? Levi?
What does, whether Levi is his cousin or not, what does it got to do with his appeal?
Well, who said it did have anything to do with his appeal?
Well, this what I'm saying is a lot of.
That's always been a question of whether or not it's not been a question. It's just been
going into full-blown arguments. I mean,
about Levi.
No, but I'm saying Levi, whether it's his cousin or not, and Don Russell. I mean, then you had a rally, and that's fine. You rally for the person if you feel that person is innocent. That's fine. But to be name calling bitches, showing pictures of monkeys and all, I mean, come on now.
Look, these people are so immature. I mean, of course I've had my time, okay? Messy Mondays and all of that. And yeah, I'm gonna come for your ass if you come for me. What you laughing at?
Yeah. I'm just laughing. I'm not laughing. How Miss Della said.
What's she saying?
It's just how Miss Della said it when she said showing pictures of monkeys.
Oh, hey Gigi. Yeah, she's actually been called out as racist. I don't know if she's not black at all or what her situation is, but she better watch that monkey shit. We don't know. Oh yeah, because Queen made a good point. We don't know if she's who she says she is. And that's the truth, because how do you say you were this person in R. Kelly's life, but you have never shown yourself live, or in person, even on a video, nor anything recent, a picture that is actually in the 2000s? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'll sneeze it down.
So I think Choke was saying, because I know Dana caught hell. This is how first time I heard her go off on somebody was Dana, because Dana put out there that she was dead.
Yeah, he had the obituary.
And he said she's this person's dead. Look, he looked her up, so anyway, she's basically like, that's not me, that's a different Sharon Wimbush. And everybody's like, because I was initially too thinking Wimbush, is she related to Angela Wimbush? Like I'm trying to figure out who is this woman, Sharon Wimbush. Anyway, so Choke is back on the fact that that lady is probably deceased, and Sharon is trying to take this. Sharon on YouTube is trying to take over this woman's identity and get into this mix because she's a crazed fan.
Yep, I can see that. I can see a deranged R. Kelly fan doing that. Just
but again, he was prime. You say you never saw him. You haven't seen him in 20 years. You didn't go to court. However, but what I'm saying is she's going strong behind the scenes. I think she was correct on Kanik. I guess you didn't have enough time to prepare whatever. She was very upset about that. But again, you're asking questions like, well, if you didn't know him for 20 years, how come you haven't talked to him? Or question like, who did you talk to get to him? So I think
she said 20 years. She said in person. She's like, we've talked on the phone though. She's made it seem like, well, it's been 20 years since I've seen in person. First of all, if I was her, my thing is, I don't know if she is lying, because why couldn't she lie about the 20 years? If she's a big liar, she would have lied about that 20 years, because who could prove otherwise? Who could ever prove that she never met up with him or whatever within the
exactly?
You know what I'm saying?
She fights hard for him, but what I'm saying is, I think she said she got him to interview with Bruce, but again, everybody else got their own panels. I can't understand why other people can't have panels. What other people do have panels with multiple people on there. What is the big deal with him and people going over there? What is he doing that nobody else apparently can't accomplish? Did you need to be on his panel and show your face?
Oh, you talking about Choke?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People have their own panels. But again, we've been going through this almost 3 years now. So he's just getting I guess he gets getting started.
He figured it out. He's like, shoot, it's a whole bevy of dumb motherfuckers over here in this little pool, this little sector of people. He's like, let me tap on this. Let me tap on this well.
Allegedly, Choke said that press showed her boobies to get that press pass. She flashed them to
Oh
get the
yeah,
press
I heard
pass.
that on FaceTime.
And I guess she tried to send him some boobies too.
He said I thought he said she did.
Oh, okay. I wanted to say that, but I said
And
I
I don't
didn't
know
go
why
back
you saying press because Hollywood, like,
because I want to call her the other name that I'm trying to get out and not calling her no more. That's why.
okay, press pass.
But
She
you
had to,
know,
she had to do the most for that press pass.
she should have flashed all of that or something else, so she would have to do all that writing. I seen her with filling up them damn binders and such. Damn, she was a writing ass.
Well, she said she's gonna put it into a book. She's gonna do a book now, y'all. So
let me know when I got an update on the Porsha Williams, and I emailed you the 2 screenshots.
Major 1984. Levi cousin out about New Year. Why he wait so long? Why he wait till after he was convicted to try to break him out of jail? Who said Angela Wimbush is her cousin? She said Angela Wimbush is her cousin. Okay. Oh,
she
wow.
needs to stop. Whoever she is, she needs to stop.
Yeah, Queen. They do talk about every day. You hear like if you. And I don't know what it is that continuously has me. I'm not subscribed to none of these people, but I do check. I'll just put their name in or whatever. And I don't know why I'm continuously sucked into this soap opera. It's like a damn degenerate.
Because it's entertaining sometimes. You do get a laugh. I ain't gonna lie, I get a laugh at some of them. And it be right on time. It be comical. So that's all it is. It's like a hobby, like whatever. Just that's the only thing I can think of.
But one of them said they were not going to be covering the Illinois trial because they just refused to. Like, I don't want to. I just don't. Because, good and well, there's nothing you could say. And on top of that, I want to keep saying how 17 years old is the magic number for R. Kelly and why not 15, 14, or 13? I'm like, well, that's what the Illinois trial is all about. Like, people make up these things and they stick to in their head what it is, and they just refuse to, listen to the facts.
They act like they don't know that he's with 12, 13, 11-year-old kids way before LaShawn Landfair and Aaliyah and Tiffany Hawkins. Even Landfair was 13, but she was introduced to him at 12. Now that I think about it, she's 12 years old from what Sparkle said, when she started bringing her to the studio to this man. So I'm willing to believe that he probably had sexual involvement with her at 12. He didn't wait till she was 13. I don't believe that because he admitted in the chambers that he said if Aaliyah hadn't already turned 13, she was just about to turn 13 when he started having sexual encounters with that girl, with that baby at the time. She was a baby. But she was 12 when he met her.
I don't know. I don't know why these people want to continue to defend this man and act like
it's some that defend him, and then there's just some just doing it just for the attention. But it is some people that like I told you, I have family members that really believe that he's been framed and he's innocent, and it's about the old tape. And then they don't want to hear when you say, "Oh, I got proof, it's facts." It's not just about that tape; it's about current, just overwhelming victims that he done had over the years. And they get upset. I don't want to hear. Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about that. I'm just saying, it's just sad. It's ridiculous. And this one person, she's so stuck on R. Kelly and stuff. Every time something serious is going on in the world, and this person says, I'm just mad that R. Kelly's locked up. He's not free yet. I'm just so upset that he's still locked up. We have things that we need, better things to worry about. They're glad his ass is locked up. I mean, it's just I don't understand. They'll type in CNN chat right now. Now that we know about the verdict about Ahmaud Arbery, and they'll get to holler about, "Oh, R. Kelly is innocent." You know what the fuck they got to do with this?
Oh, in the comments.
Yeah, they flood they just go around. I don't even know when these people sleep, and you see the recurrent same people, and they flood. It could be a riot or something right now, and they'll go jump over there and say, "Oh, R. Kelly is innocent. Oh, it's just R. Kelly," and they ain't got nothing to do with what the situation is at hand, which is way more important and a way more serious situation that needs attention. They didn't go down there marching and doing no rallies for Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd. Nobody rallied for Trayvon Martin, like you said. None of them did none of that since they
Did they
told
ever
about
even
black
talk about
men.
those people? Did they ever even talk about this stuff?
No, they want to talk about a black man or our black culture and the injustice. Is a lot of real injustice that's been going on, and they have not tried to put their foot in there and fight for nobody. It's a lot of things without a shadow of a doubt that was injustice on anybody, on any race, but especially a black, it killing innocent black men and black kids. And just like even with the trafficking, it's a lot of black women and kids, but a lot of black women now are coming up missing and being found with their organs missing and chopped up. Philadelphia had a rise. I mean, it's a lot of world things going on. And even just within our privacy of our own home, and these people they're possessed with R. Kelly. He whatever black magic he tried to do in the cell, he needs to stop because it's not going to the right place. It's going to his YouTubers, and he got them gone crazy. I did. They done went totally dumb plumb nuts.
Plum down.
It's worse than fentanyl for them. It's worse. They done got laced with R. Kelly.
Well, I guess it may be going on until they finish up the appeal. They have until January, so you got the whole month of December, and then January you got the sentencing, and then you got the other trial in Chicago coming up in August.
But I don't think they're gonna learn until somebody actually be the first person to get brought in and say, "Hey, the Fed, that was not a joke. I really got served. I gotta go sit down and do my time because I was doing this BS with y'all on YouTube." Or until somebody actually gets hurt. Right now, they still skating on thin ice and doing all this circus act because one of the two things has not happened yet. Nothing has hit home for them yet. But trust and believe, might not be we want it, but one of them, somebody gonna be made an example out of legally wise and street wise. And one day we'll see it. We'll see about it.
Right, Andrew.
And Cho gonna keep messing around. He gonna be part of the Chicago indictment. He keep playing like the rest of them. Because the feds done threw their subliminal messages. They ain't keep bringing up these YouTubers' names in R. Kelly trials and indictments for nothing in magazines and news articles. They're letting them know eventually we're gonna turn our attention to you guys. We haven't forgot about you. We're gonna get right back with you. And they just acting like, "Oh, my name was in the Sun-Times. I'm famous now." No, you fool. They're letting you know that you're under a microscope, idiot. And it's not good when the prosecutors are looking at you. It ain't like you innocent and you got somebody rallying it behind you and you got your back. You are being looked at as a criminal, a handler, and enabler.
And I think too that we don't really know all the stuff that really happened behind the scenes of that
exactly
situation because Baby Yoda, didn't you? She was telling me which YouTuber was it you said had more information when they were on Cho's channel? Was it TB Texas Black Diamond?
It was some lady. Yeah, it could have been. It was some lady driving in the car. You couldn't really see her face.
And she said, "What now?" Because you had told me
like how the feds seized the cell phones, seized the cell phones for weeks. What's the guy's name? Keith was locked up for days. Like you said, behind the scenes stuff that we don't know. They had to put a case together. They put their case together.
You would think they would sit down somewhere knowing that this happened, but nah, they didn't. They kept doing the dirty work. Kept doing the bully BS.
Well, she's the one who said that the lawyers, she was like, well, the lawyers, she was still but by saying basically he came in and he really couldn't do much because he didn't have enough time, but she provided him with some. She's like, everything he used, he got from me. That's what she said. I guess he was using everybody's stuff. Yeah. And I was
Yeah,
like,
because
oh,
Sylvia claimed she gave him everything,
And so
and
did
Hollywood.
Wimbush
Yeah,
said she
Winbush.
gave them stuff too. She said some of the stuff that was used, but again, that's sad.
it sounds to me like they should have been getting that money that he gave the lawyer.
Exactly. You
They
got a
did all the
lawyer
work.
here that's, a lawyer here that's using what somebody else gave him instead of him doing the work himself. You had a PI, you had something, like she said, they rolled in, or we already know because you played, they rolled in with two carts of evidence, and all that man had was a notebook. You only had 5 witnesses, and they had 45 witnesses versus 5. Come on now. Regardless of what stuff you had, you still know better than that. This man is a huge star.
Yeah.
Why in the hell you only had 5 people, all men? Where the woman at? To I guess I don't know. It's like I
And
said, it's already over with for this one until until the appeal comes.
these people didn't even look at it like if his own family, I don't care what kind of family member is left or ex, if none of them came to his aid and was rallying and marching and trying to get him team of lawyers and putting their funds together, why the hell should they have done it? That man still got family living. He still
And
got
that
loved
is
ones
true. Why wouldn't
and
Bruce or
friends. And if
why
he had
wasn't
any,
Bruce and the
yeah,
other
Bruce
brother?
want to go hard to paint and still defend him in a way, and then still talk ill about him. Because even in that choke interview, he kept saying how retarded R. Kelly was. In a nutshell, how slow he is, and everything, and how he fucked over everybody and go against the grain. But then at the same time, you want to say about how he's innocent, but then you'll turn around and say, certain things, you just incriminated him. But you didn't go to no trial date, even when you was free, you wasn't locked up.
Or
You
Bruce.
wasn't out there
Bruce was
forming
there at the
up.
courthouse. He could have called, but however, what I'm
He didn't
saying
even
is
testify for his brother.
you gotta remember when you say things, they record you because once they interview him and he said, all the girls are lying on my brother. They went right back to a flashback video you said 2 years ago to say, well, he's always tell me go get young girls for him. My brother's sick. He need help. So they know that. So
Yeah.
you would have got on that stand, they would have ripped you apart.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I wish he would have though.
Right. Some of them be crazy thinking like maybe they didn't see that video yet. I can still get up there and do
I wanted to play some of this video because it was so funny to not. It was just. Let me see.
Okay.
Then you say, oh, y'all know what I'm doing behind the scenes? Shit. Fucking up the case. Trying to get your pockets aligned with everybody else. But doing shit like that, playing with me, you going to jail. Because I don't mind letting it all hang out.
Y'all recognize this voice, huh?
I don't mind walking in, and if they say, will you testify? Yep, against her right there.
He talking about Miss Sylvia, child.
Dry hole.
Mind that. Because I don't like it.
I don't mind that.
So, when people say something about you collecting funds, this is what your crazy subscribers say. We, infamous Sylvia supporters. I'm glad I'm showing this. Because you're not saying Robert Sylvester Kelly supporters. It says we.
Oh, honey, Sylvia, she was like, I have fans.
Took a vote. Posted in her community chat and decided to give that money to RSK. I mean, Don Russell. We wouldn't expect you to know that since you don't watch her channel. Now move around. Okay, now I'm going to tell you.
When did Robert get any of that money? Who did you give it to? The PI? Oh, you gave it to Sean Harris?
This is not what I was looking for, but hold on.
Who gave it to Don Russell?
Who?
You gave it to Levi? I don't talk to you, so you know you ain't give it to me. Who you called Sharon back up and apologized and gave it to her?
I see Love Warrior in the chat.
So what is-
Hey, Love Warrior.
Love Warrior.
See, you thought I was going to attack your character. See, I know how to say I'm going to attack you with facts.
Wait, I need to find this one part. Hold on.
Okay. He said, "Who you give it to?" The investigator. Y'all know when Data gets started because he can't wait to get it out.
I know. There's a
He
slow
loves-
wind up.
Fine with Dana.
Okay, this is what I want to play.
That
Hold
rumor
on.
is absolutely incorrect, guys.
Wait,
I have repeat too.
hold on.
Brother, look at his teeth. He's all, happy. Look.
At that,
Okay, he's putting her out there. Hold on.
What? Come on, help me out. Come on. What did Bruce say? Don't sleep, Dad. Officials, she has problems connecting
Okay, here we
to
go.
individuals. She has
Here
a
we go.
problem.
She's talking about her
A
adopted
little
daughter.
history about how I got into the R. Kelly thing. Okay.
You guys hear this? You can hear it. You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me go back. I want to make sure y'all hear this.
There are people in this world who believe that craziness. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little history about how I got into the R. Kelly thing. Okay. Back in January, I myself was going through something. My adopted daughter, she suffers from a thing called RAD, R-A-D. It's like a reactive efficiency. She has problems connecting to individuals. She has a problem, with relationship connecting. So, I adopted her in 2015. At that time, my oldest adopted daughter was around, and of course, Dallas was around. I'm not giving their name because I don't, for their own privacy, I don't want to give names of anyone other than myself and Dallas and my husband. She said some accusation, and that accusation the accusation was she said that my husband touched her. And in that, they gave me a choice. What happened is, when she made the accusation, they didn't believe me and they didn't believe my husband, right? So they decided to start an investigation. And
Okay, so we know what she's meaning when she says there were accusations. The adopted daughter made accusations against her and her husband. She means sexually charged accusations, like sexual abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
when I tell you, my world turned upside down from that situation. I mean, I got out of it okay, but it left a scar in me. It left me a scar that.
Sylvia, tell the truth. You was eating Ruth's pussy, and you was trying to bribe her with money, and she told the fucking truth on you, on your ass. Man, goddamn shit. I'm gonna get into that too.
They could believe the lie, and let me back up. I was telling you about her diagnosis. Her diagnosis was RAD, and
if RAD is a disconnect deficiency, right? Then what do that got to do with somebody touching her? Because somebody have a disconnect issue, that don't mean that they got an issue where they making up shit.
I mean, I hate to say this, but Dana J is actually making sense on this actual point. Because for you to say she has this disorder, which causes a disconnect with other people. She can't connect to people. The last thing she want to do is be intimate with some old ass woman or anybody, probably. Yes.
Right. Sounds like when the way her tone changed when she go, they believe the child. She's pissed and she wants to dwell on the child's disability or physical of illness of mental whatever her challenges are. She's mad at the fact because she was probably willing to bank because the child did have some disorders that she was so out of order that she wasn't going to be able to speak about any abuse being done to her. She was willing to bank this child got something going on. She ain't gonna have the capability to tell on me or me and my husband. That's why she was willing to bank on that. But that baby girl know right from wrong, and she know it was out of line, and she told the truth. And that's when for her to say they believe the child, her whole tone changed when she said that she's pissed because they was also probably proven that you did do something to this baby, and she's upset.
Initially, it was against her and her husband, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
Come on, it's not making sense. I wish I can get Ruth filed, but because she was a minor, I can't get it.
She has a problem connecting with someone new into her life. She, when I was dating my husband, he was in Africa and I was here. It was okay as long as he was not around. She was okay with the relationship. But when he moved and we got married, she had a problem with the relationship. So that's why she would have decided to tell a lie. They did not believe me and they did not believe my husband. Even though, and we had witnesses and everything, her story kept changing.
Okay, I want to know when she says we have witnesses and everything. Witnesses to what exactly?
Right.
What do you have a witness to? Like,
my thing is this. Sylvia did a different video when she, whatever this one is, when I remember Dana, when it got brought out about, when she brought it up, this was probably over a year ago. She said that only her, the husband didn't get accused of nothing. She got accused.
This isn't finished, and this could be that video because this is Dana playing this on his channel. He's playing this and he's bringing it up. This is an old video. So this is probably that video. The one you're talking about. Here, let's finish listening.
And then she got upset. We were the police. We was inside of investigation room. My husband was in one room and I was in another room. They kept us in there for, I think it was 5 hours, just questioning us different things. And it got so ugly. And I remember just crying because I couldn't understand why these people would believe her and she has all these diagnoses.
See? And that's
because she's not going.
And that's your point. There's your point. She's like, how do they believe her when you have all these problems? Yeah. Because personally, I feel Sylvia has issues also. Like she definitely has her own issues. And she's just not diagnosed. But she picked that girl because she said, I don't know if she said it already, but that she had already had a whole bunch of foster homes that kicked her out or that didn't want her because she was causing these problems. Why would you take a child like that? And you already have children in the house. And it's suspect to me. Very suspect.
A lot. She had diagnoses from people like you. I'm going to break that shit down too. I ain't finished.
That's what I'm saying. She had all this diagnosis and all of it was lies. Even her previous foster parent got rid of her because of the lies she was saying, but they did not believe her.
Got rid of her.
Yeah. I mean, this woman,
that should tell you about her right there. The way she's talking about it.
I hope the baby is removed from the home. And if she's not, I hope they reopen the case on her old dry hole ass. My heart goes out to that child. And I pray that she's not around no other child ever again in life. Because just listening to how she talked, didn't nobody with common sense on their side hear the tone and the behavior in this woman's, they're not woman. This motherfucking monster's voice, this is the serpent that she is. Like she got her snake behind her fucking head, dressed up in her pajamas, like she's Santa Claus now, bedtime story helper or something. She needs to go somewhere and sit out. Hollywood should have knocked her damn head off her fucking shoulders when she ran up on her after she got stripped.
That actually would have been a fight to see, and I hope somebody would have got that live.
I know. Please, Hollywood. knock her damn dome off.
I doubt that she is gonna have. I don't see her putting herself in a position to get hands. I don't know if Hollywood got hands. Do she got hands? I don't know if she do.
She would have had enough hands for her for that day.
No, you know who had them was that girl that was with them.
Yeah, the one that said we're gonna fuck you up.
She was like a Michelin tire woman. Okay.
They drop all charges against my husband. They decide to charge me with inability to handle someone with mental illness.
They charged her with inability to handle somebody with a mental illness.
Never heard of that. She made that up. She got charged because she was doing the fondling. The husband didn't do nothing.
The other clients that you had, a young lady and a young dude that clearly had mental issues a year after the case was over. Make it make sense.
So
Sylvia,
how come her husband so I guess she was the primary for this this child, because how is it that he had his charges were all dropped but they landed on her?
Yeah.
And that charge that she said is that even what is that?
Inability? I think she made that up. I think somebody told her, because she even admitted she don't know how to read, but she got a big brain. Somebody told her how to say that to water it down. I don't even think nothing like that exists.
I wish I could. You guys should see the look on her face. Oh my God. Okay, she's almost done with this. Hold on.
You was eating Ruthie carpet.
Oh God.
And I believe Ronald was fucking around and holding her down. That's why she can't stand Ronald.
Oh gosh.
So that was my charge. So
wait, you got a charge? But I thought ain't nothing happened. Didn't she come public and tell everybody they ain't never been charged with nothing? Listen to what she's saying.
I was in court. Even throughout when I first got into the R. Kelly thing, I was going to court every single month, guys.
Oh wow! So she was going to court when this thing started. When she
was hoping that R. Kelly had some kids for her so she could join the party. That's what she was doing.
She identifies with R. Kelly. That's it. She identifies with him. Oh my God! She was going to court every day.
She was hoping, because she was thinking, if they remove these kids out of my home, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, look at what we have here. R. Kelly's facing trial. Let me go see if I can get some of his kids and join in with him. She was hoping and praying that she could molest and rape kids with R. Kelly. That's what she was hoping for. She was hoping she could join the camp and assault kids. That's what she was hoping. Because
she is a little obsessed with sex. Dana J, even, and I hate to say reference Dana J because he's the last one I'm gonna quote, but he did say when she first started her channel, because she was with him first. She was like his sidekick until they fell out, and then she started her own channel. He said that she had already had plans to start her own channel, but it was going to be about sex. He said it was going to be a sexually driven channel, and I was like, that's interesting, because she said she was a sex phone operator, a phone sex operator.
About saving lives.
Yeah, she was and now she was going to do a YouTube channel about sex, and now here we're hearing about these charges against her. Like, now I'm seeing the pattern and seeing the link
and the attachment to R. Kelly. Why they're so driven for him.
Okay.
And she just she has no shame. She'll tell it. She tells on herself, and she talks like it's, no, that's me.
Queen said the charge sounds like a form of child abuse, inability to care for a disabled child. So they probably just took her out of I'm hoping they took her out of the home after that. I mean, my God,
I hope so.
Even during that situation, like if she's going to trial, going to court every day, how are you going to court every day? I mean, you were involved in doxing people, pulling up people's information, doing
the most.
This is why she has such passion behind getting these people victim shaming and getting these people, harassed and stuff, because she was probably looking at it like it was her case. You know, like she was treating it like it was her. Like, oh
And you
man.
know what? She don't see nothing wrong with sleeping with kids. Make me wonder, did she sleep with her own daughter, the one that she was trying to make her look like Azriel, flying out there to R. Kelly, running up on him, scaring the hell out of him. And I know she scared R. Kelly. I believe it so heartily that he jumped and ran, because she made Demetrius Smith jump up and run. Hell, news reporters seen him howling. This woman, while she was at them rallies, I hope none of you R. Kelly supporters had your kids around her, even though all of y'all that's so gun hold for him, it's to me is suspect of maybe having a pedophile mind like him. But this woman is pedophile just like him. I hope and pray that y'all didn't have y'all kids around this woman, because she probably caught a quick pinch or a feel and anything else. Ain't no telling what really went on at the rally.
According to let Dana J tell it, it's that time with that mouth dude. That's what she about. Ugh.
And then she was excited about trick or treating. She was excited about kids, and Choke, your raggedy ass go try to get some kids with her ass for trick or treating, and knowing that this woman, while you up here praising her, baby, I hope all y'all go to prison. I hope either somebody beat y'all down one by one, or y'all go to prison. One of the two got to be done, because this is ridiculous. And she's sitting there, her whole tone of voice changed.
Andrew says she's trying to get R. Kelly to date her daughter. And you know what? You know, it's this is at the like hour and a half mark of this video, right? It's a 3-hour video. Mm-hmm. Now, prior to this, he's playing a panel. She's on this panel with Randa, somebody named Sunshine, Sibbo, and South Oakland. Okay, so prior to this, he showed okay, I was about to say something else he showed. Oh, so I don't know if y'all remember the whole rumor between him and that girl Jasmine, how woke up, you know, and all that. Well, prior to this, he shows that, like that whole thing. She did a video about that, and he was talking to so he's explaining it play by play. He's like, yeah, I was getting head. So what? I was happy, you know. So I suggest, if you want to be entertained, watch this video. Dana J. It's on official Dana J, and it says it's called "When the Walrus Wouldn't Quit." Dana J had to clack back on ill shit. Let's go. So just if it has the word walrus in it, that's the video. It's 3 hours long. I'm telling you, this video, this whole thing is like, I never watch a whole video, especially Dana J, but this thing has some jewels in it, because he's mad. He was mad about Choke bigging her up the way he did, and he had to tear her down. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna tear you right back down, bitch. You ain't going nowhere. Watch this. So let's.
Oh yeah, he said that he's not gonna leave Sylvia alone. He's gonna ride her like white or right.
But just the other day, he was done with it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's because he's triggered. But let me play this.
Basically trying to justify me not knowing how to handle somebody with mental illness. So they subscribed for me to go to different classes to understand her diagnosis, and to understand how to handle somebody with that type of diagnosis.
Wait, so she had to go to classes to learn how to deal with the girl, and you mean they left that girl with her?
See, that's why we got a lot of laws need to be changed. This system always failing a victim,
especially children.
Okay. Yeah. My husband came to the point that he doesn't want her back in the house.
Okay.
I mean, can you blame the man?
He probably don't want it because you just keep messing with that girl. He's like, man.
And it brought him in her mess, and he looking at like, bitch, I almost got deported in some more shit. Fucking, I'm sorry, excuse my language.
That's all good. Look, I don't have to have a separate channel. You could curse on here a little bit if you want to. Not too much, because YouTube be tripping.
This woman is insane. She ain't even no woman. She's not even no woman. This bastard bastard bitch.
She's a real weirdo. She is a real weirdo. She had another war bonnet on today too.
Lord have mercy.
So, I was looking on the news in January, you know, the Surviving R. Kelly thing came about, and then turn around on February, Robert was arrested. R. Kelly was arrested. And I was like, wow, this is so messed up. And I think because I went through what I went through, God gave me that empathy for him, because someone can lie on you and people believe it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I went through it. And
they didn't have nothing on you for you to go through that type of rigorous investigation, like for it to have gone on and on like that, and you having to go every day. There was something to that. I think professionals will be able to detect a lying child who has mental issues versus a real predator molester.
Yeah.
Come on.
I remember Gail having an interview saying, so all these women telling you, tell a lie to you. How possible is that? It's possible, people. It's possible for other people to come together and set up a lie and them be believable, and you sit there like you're lying, So I told you all that story. That's why when this whole thing came about, I gravitated to this mission. So I remember watching YouTube. I remember Sharon Winbush came on. She was on Phases. I remember Levi. And I started just subscribing to different people's channel, and I started just watching. And then I decided to go to YouTube, and I typed up, groups for R. Kelly. So I just started to join different groups. I joined a group called This Keeper.
I think she's talking about Facebook.
In that group, I was in there. Sharon was in there. That's how I met Jasmine Johnson. I met somebody else, another young lady. Her name was Dee. I think I'm not gonna give you her last name. It wasn't Nat Wilson at all. It was another young lady. I met her. I met the person that was in charge of that group. So we were all in that chat group. And then a couple of days later, Dana gets on Phases, and I see.
Wait. You said your husband don't want Ruth in the house. Can you blame him? But when you lied on me and had everybody thinking that I did something wrong to you, wasn't Ruth in the house? Wasn't that Ruth that you was holding?
Oh, shit.
His story, and I started watching Phases all the time. So,
shout out to old Phases. Will she reinvent herself yet, or what? I think she got some other thing happening. Yeah, I don't know either. Spears over here shrugging. Y'all can't see her beyond that war bonnet on the screen.
I remember somebody asked Dana to get into the group, my brother's keeper. He got into the group, and that's when we introduced ourselves to him. Sharon got out of the group because everybody was gravitating to Dana. They was asking because Dana was the person that, knew R. Kelly, and everybody wanted, because he was like the famous one in that group. Really?
Wait, Dana was the one that what? I thought I didn't know R. Kelly, Sylvia. Ain't that what y'all saying?
It's possible for other people to come together and set up a lie.
I think he went back. Okay, I'm not gonna play no more. I just want to point out her little story about why she joined this quote unquote mission about R. Kelly when she herself was under fire. For these type of accusations. And I just feel like, first of all, I don't know, it just reminds me of someone else who was also fighting the case while on this quote unquote mission and using this case to benefit them on their own situation. And I do feel like if she could have, she probably would have done the same thing. I'll guarantee you. It sounds like she didn't go to jail, but I don't understand how basic on what she's describing. She still had that child in her house.
Right.
That is crazy to me. I'm not. We know Dana's not no saint, and we know that Dana is. What I don't like to do though is when somebody's telling something about somebody, you can't just throw out the baby with the bathwater, because sometimes a liar tells the truth. Okay, you can't just everything is a lie. He is very pissed off, and he's trying to prove something. So that's a dangerous person to have against you when they got ammunition on and they got stuff on you. You know what I'm saying? And I think the fact that they were so close initially before she had the fallout with him, he knew a lot of stuff about her and vice versa, but he is clearly using it against her, Yeah, they all are weird, definitely. But yeah, he's, we know he's not perfect. Definitely, he's got issues. I don't even know. It's funny because I tell myself, don't even go. Why are you going to Dana's channel? But I do get a chuckle out of that guy, like, because sometimes I'm just shaking my head, like, I can't believe
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
Yep. I'll be the same way.
Yeah, I think most of these people give me that effect. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wow, what is this person doing today? Like, and
They all
especially that marathon channel where you go in and you could easily end up in a bar fight, like I said.
yeah.
Like, I'm reading. I'm in the chat. Love Warrior sent me no shit like that. Then blocked her. Zesty and obsessed. Not zesty. So yeah, Andrew was saying she's trying to get R. Kelly to date her daughter. She went also on this live. He had let her. He played where she talked about that whole gym. Remember when the whole story about how they met him at the gym? Well, she did actually say, after the gym situation, they had went to eat and somebody spotted his Sprinter. She kind of skipped, and next thing you know, they were following the Sprinter. But so they saw his Sprinter. They followed him to some place. I think it was a cigar place or something, and they spotted them. I think they got out and said, "Hey," and they said that he took off. He took off on her, and then Dana called. Where are you? She told him. He said, "That's not good. Like, what are you doing there?" Like, she told her on herself that she's a stalker. She that she's a grown ass woman with her grown child. Almost, I think her daughter was 18 or 19 or something like that at the time. And then she went on to tell about how she wanted her daughter in the picture with them. Her daughter didn't want to take a picture, but she was trying to force the picture. She said he and her daughter were talking about makeup because he asked her. I think she was trying to get her daughter to get her work with him because she was telling her about the fact that her daughter does makeup. And she said, and she called me over there to show him my face because she had done my makeup. And and I'm just like, wow, you really want to put your daughter in the presence and in the hands of this man who has been accused of these heinous crimes against children and girls. And you yourself just went through a situation which should actually turn you off on people like this even more, not make you feel sympathy for them.
And she also told her herself she wouldn't say about this baby got all these mental illness and disabilities, but that baby wasn't too mental and disabled when she mentioned about following R. Kelly across division in the home. She said not her oldest daughter, the one that she had took to R. Kelly. She said the adoptive child told her, "Don't think you look stupid if he's found guilty. You catch a flight supporting this man." So that she could cut the BS about this girl is like she thinking that the girl is so mentally challenged. There's no way that she know what's going on with reality. And she's
Or
mad.
there's no way that no one, and it's also no way anyone's going to believe her.
Believe her. Yeah. And my thing is anything that she had she detached herself from and could not relate and wasn't enjoying. She kept saying didn't enjoy the relationship. She was mad that girl wasn't with the molestation that she was doing sexual acts to her. And the girl was detaching herself because she couldn't deal with it. That's what she was upset about. And she's mad that the system believed it, but the system is full of shit because they should have took that baby out of that home first thing smoking once it was proven that she needed to be charged.
Exactly. If there's enough to be trying to charge somebody, even though she's saying the charge wasn't that, it was something else about not being able to care for somebody with a disability or whatever bullshit she was just spreading out just now. But the fact that she went through that investigation so thoroughly, it sounded very thorough and very rigorous and just like, it was a lot. So she should have definitely been removed at that point. Even if she is what a quote unquote problem child having, what did she say? They threw her away. I don't know, how she described the fact that she got tossed out of a previous foster home doesn't mean that she is to be left with the wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, anybody can just take her. We'll just leave her with them. They seem harmless. No. not
Yeah,
harmless.
she said they got rid of her. Like,
Yeah, they
she
got rid of her. Yeah, like
like
she's
she
a
just
trash.
trash or something.
Exactly.
And
Well, that was just
terrible.
interesting to me. I had to share that little bit. It was a lot more interesting things that I came across on these different channels. I haven't gotten to Sharon Wimbush yet. I know that's what Baby Yoda loves to hear her go off and tear, but I haven't gotten to her. But I did hear. So let's see. There was Choke, who then spun off the war between. He reignited the war between Dana and Sylvia. I think even more, and then even probably Hollywood acted like she was unbothered because I had to go see what her reaction was to what he was saying about her. She was like, I'm not going to go back and forth with these people, because she did actually come up on her channel after and during the trial, during and after the trial happened. So I guess she's trying to keep her momentum and not let these new people know who she really is. She's
Yeah,
she ain't really trying to go there and be that person, because I think that's what actually is being held against her with regard to Choke. He
yeah,
said people were sending him DMs and videos, and he, was basically shaming for, the behavior, so it does bite you in the butt at
yeah,
some point. Like somebody does like to say that YouTube is your resume. So whatever you do on here and you keep on here, even if you delete the shit, because a lot of people, y'all who like to delete, not talking about you, Boom Boom. I think Boom Boom was doing that to protect herself, but a lot of these people do it because they are ashamed, or they're scared of the backlash or whatever they're going to get from the video.
mhm,
My thing is, what are you doing it for if you are not going to stand behind it? What are you deleting
yeah,
it for?
yeah. And it's really
Anyway,
too late, you know.
it is too late, because by that time, if you do have somebody who is against you, don't like you, they're going to screen record that thing on the
Keep
spot.
that thing. They're gonna keep it in their back pocket and pull it out
Mhm.
anytime. Talking about some wow. Press play.
Okay, and then it will be up on another channel in 2 minutes. So if you don't know, now you know. And I'm
And
sure
I mean,
people
they
who
get
are
straight
doing these
to it,
videos know.
to the archives. They get straight to the archives fast, y'all. I don't know how they get to it. They break it up like that. They just be like,
They do. They don't you can't live on here.
Yeah.
Where embarrassing her daughter had to do her makeup. Dry said to Rico, my daughter did my makeup. Rico said, huh? Where the fuck? Oh, so she went to him like, look. She said that her daughter, when she was introduced to him, they started talking. He asked her, like, what does she do? And she said she did makeup. And look, I did my mom. And she called her mom over. She said the rumor of me selling my daughter Rico is not true. Yeah, that was what she said right before that audio y'all heard. She said, that rumor isn't true. Let me tell you what happened. But she did. That's why I said listen to that video, because they talk about that whole thing at the gym, the whole rumor about Dana J, R wording, that Jasmine girl. He talks about that. Like,
Yeah. That
it's
girl
just,
put Jasmine had put it out there when she mentioned that. She said that out her mouth on Dr. Bryce channel, and he wasn't even expecting that. He was like, "Wait a minute, now you didn't tell me all of that before you came on here."
I think
And
I remember that.
then she turned around and called in on Tyson channel when he was staying with that lady, and she said Rice had her crawling on her knees with a toothbrush and stuff, forced her because she was stranded and needed a way home or something to eat or a room, and she had to clean his house after they did that live, and he assaulted her as well. And then he went MIA for a minute after that.
Oh my gosh. We could talk about these people. I could go on and on about these people. I have some more stuff to say, but I know that if I do, it'll open up a whole can of worms. So I might just wait for the next
Okay.
live on Saturday,
Um,
because it is
yeah, we
some
can do that.
crazy shit that I was
Well,
listening to.
update on Porsha Williams, y'all. Read an article from, it's called Variety, and it was more detailed in People's Magazine. And it says that she's been wanting to come out with her book for many years. But when she had developed, it said, relationship with R. Kelly, They said her publicist was with her, and I think her attorney or assistant at the when she did this, but when she was with R. Kelly at the time, and and staying at his home. I mean, she didn't go in detail in the article like how long she would stay, but how she witnessed it was girls and women there, and she said the third time when she was awakened to a girl getting beaten in the next room, and she said that she had to scream and yell, like basically cause a scene, and demanded to be let out of the room and out of the home. And she said that she just took off running out of there. She was scared as hell. And she said that she didn't want to come out the book. The feds came to her. She said maybe few years after the incident, she like within a 3-year window, and spoke with her about her abuse and what she witnessed in the home and who was there. And she said that was around the time she was going to come out with her book, the first initially, but they told her legally she cannot speak about it because she's been cooperating with the feds ever since. She said she's been cooperating with the feds about it, and they told her to wait before she came out with the book. They also had to read and go through her book, and she had to take a lot of names out, and she could not speak about certain incidents because of what he's facing now. And so that all explains. Now she's legally able to come out and talk about it, and now got the permission from the government to come out with her book. So that's my first.
That she was one of the uncharged acts.
I don't know how true that is. I mean, if it came from Sylvia and them, they don't believe them. Yeah, that's not facts because they claimed that one of the victims was Tiffany Hawkins, and Tiffany Hawkins did not testify in the Brooklyn trial. So that wasn't even true. And I remember exactly what channel that was. He was lying on that girl. He was lying on a few victims that he said was there before he even arrived in New York that wasn't even there.
So she's saying, so she actually dated him. They weren't, because the way we got it and the little sound in the little clip was a visit to the house a couple times.
Yeah.
Striptease. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and also
much more to it than that.
Yeah. And she said again, it is more.
I will be ordering that book to read on the channel, on the member channel. So join the channel to get in on the book readings.
And she did say that it is more information and details in the book, but it was things and names that she had to leave out, what the government told her she had to do, and names and situations that she can't, probably ever publicly speak about. So this is just another proof and situation that it's a lot of things like Fed agent. And once again, that Lifetime Part 2, he said in time, certain things will become public. People will come out when, if you want to keep up with this trial, and you'll see. So that explains why she was out there with the Me Too movement when they were doing the rally and marching in front of the studio. Because I remember when she was out there with the other women. Other stuff. I
wonder where they filming, because they said they were filming Surviving 3, right?
I believe so. And we gotta think, y'all. If it was within 2 to 3 years after 2007, he got acquitted in 2008, and she's been cooperating with the feds ever since. That we don't, honey. But she didn't say who was the woman. That's what she's not legally able to say. The woman that was a friend, but an employee of R. Kelly's that brought her to him. So she hasn't been legally able to say that person's name. I'm wondering maybe it's not Cheryl Mack because we know about Cheryl Mack now. Or, so who could it be? I don't know. But we will find out, y'all. I believe we're going to find out in that Chicago trial.
It might be Juice.
And obviously,
or her mama.
She was on one of them tapes for the feds to come knocking at her door because she said they did show her some things and, asked her questions about, what she witnessed. And also they know that she had got abused and everything and sexual acts and stuff done to her too as well. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well.
And it happened in Chicago.
We will stay tuned with that.
But you know what, Susan?
Yes.
Remember when Attorney Griggs said it after the R. Kelly verdict? He mentioned in that interview with BNC that Atlanta was almost done wrapping up their investigation so they can come with their superseding indictment. So I'm wondering, is it that what she's gonna be part of? But I'm willing to bet if Porsha Williams is been out now, and we know she's also a victim of R. Kelly. 9 out of 10, if the feds talk to her, they talk to K. Michelle too. And that's just maybe legally right now, she's not really able to speak out about it. But I'm sure they probably talked to her too, because she lived
She's not
with
going to
him as
speak out
well.
about it. Even if she was able to, she probably wouldn't.
Yeah. So because she lived with him as well. She resided with him, I think, almost a year, if not more.
I'm sure they probably did speak to her if that's the
Yeah.
case. But well, I guess we'll find out whatever comes out in that book. It better be good too. She better spill the beans in the book. Okay. Don't write a whole book and then still leave shit out. But I'm gonna get the book. It's supposed to be out on the 30th. So and that's when I'm gonna order it, and that's when we're gonna get it started. So make sure you join the channel. It's only like $1 a month. I know you can handle it. And that's all I got. Anybody got anything else before we end this thing? Definitely saying happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You know, enjoy your family, enjoy your day off, whatever it means for you, or maybe it means nothing, but whatever it is for you, make it the most. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we good? What's up, baby Yoda? We signing off. Boo. She over there snoring.
She got to unmute her mic.
Okay. Well, look, I'm out. I gotta go. But I love y'all. Thank you for joining. You know, if you're in the replay, leave us a comment. Let us know you stopped by. All that good stuff. Appreciate ya. Till next time. Bye.